So now I'm going to bore the hole. I've squared up the end of this, and then I'm going to bore the hole for the thimble, the finger hole. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. That spade bit that I reground, because it's got much shorter point on it and won't. I want this hole to be about 7/8 of an inch deep, so I'm going to mark on one of these ones that I turned in the last few days. I tried making the hole 3/4 of an inch deep, and I found that when I stuck my finger in, I was hitting the bottom of the hole. So I've gone back. I'm going to go back to the 7/8 inch deep that I was using before. Okay, this bit that I have reground, I don't have precision machinery here, so it's unlikely that both of these edges are going to be touching the work. I think that this edge over here is probably the only one that's actually going to be doing any cutting, and it looks fairly straight. The edge over there actually looks like it's got a bit of a taper to it. But if I was using a spindle gouge, I'd only be cutting on one side, so that's fine if it's only cutting on one side. Get some of the sawdust off so I can see my mark. Okay, I'm actually going to measure that diameter and see what I am getting with that bit. Okay, so that is maybe 17/32, which I think is a little small, but I'm going to be opening it up here at the bottom end anyway. It depends on the size of the finger that's going in it, really. So it's possible that bit, I reground it to 9/16 and then maybe I sharpened it again after that and changed the size. I don't really remember. It's been that's been sitting up on that shelf for 15 years, so a lot of things could have changed. Okay, so now I'm going to use the spindle gouge just to open up, increase the diameter of the opening here and ease the transition into the straight sides. Probably only go in maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. That's not bad. I could maybe go in just a little, or open it up a little sooner as it's going in. Okay, I think I'll go with that. And I'll just sand the opening here as well. I don't want to sand on this shoulder because it's got to seat tight against the end once I turn the shoulder on this end. And I don't want to mess up the inner diameter either, so I'm not going in too far. Yeah, that should be alright, I think. So, now I need to know how deep that hole is on the outside of the piece. So there is how deep is where the inside bottom is. So I want to allow myself a little bit of room for the thickness of the end. And I'll use my cone sander inside that hole to keep everything lined up. Okay, so I can remove some of the waste from out here. The rest I'll do once I turn it around and mount it on the tenon.